Are you like me wondering how many palettes are there and how am I gonna use them? In that case, welcome to theArtup, a place where we enjoy beautiful things, not just in beauty, but in life. Today, we're gonna tackle all of my eyeshadow palettes. If you are interested, please stay tuned. Let's dive in. So, in total, I have 17 palettes. 17 palettes. Can you imagine that? For some people, it might not sound a lot, but for me, it's definitely too much. I mean, I'm not a makeup artist, and let's face it, panning the actual eyeshadow palette, it's like a marathon. So I'm starting to think that if all of my palettes are not going to get their well-deserved love, they might just retire with me or become some family heirloom. But even having said that, I have definitely more than enough for one person to use in a lifetime. Even keeping that in mind, I still occasionally feel like I'm lacking some eye shades when I'm creating makeup look. You might ask me, which one? What is the shade that you are so eagerly looking for? Today, we gathered to figure that out. When I look at my eyeshadow palettes, I see that actually majority of the shades, excluding Natasha Denona Mini Retro, Natasha Denona Mini Star, CoverGirl 700 Notice Muse, Essence That's Taupe, and special shades from McGRATH Subversive, all of them are actually depoted. So now I would like to see what my collection actually consists of color-wise. I want to see the actual colors that are hiding behind the palette. And what is that shade that I'm constantly looking for? Interested? Let's dig deeper into my eyeshadow collection. Let's start with the pinks. This is the palette that struggled the most while I was doing my depotting experiments, so please don't be appalled by the way it looks. Interesting. I see a lot of muted pinks like this and a lot of dusty rose like this one. There are even some earthy pinks, but actually I don't have a lot of hot or bubble pink. I see a lot of nice taupes, satins, mainly office friendly and everyday friendly looks. The one that you usually go with one and done eyeshadow. Now, looking at all those pinks, I can say that I should definitely skip on Natasha Denona's Mini Retro or Retro palette. Now, blues. one more pink has been lost. It will go to pinks. BH BlueBerry Muffin definitely has it all when it comes to blues. I see a great gradients here. There are great sparkly shades, mattes. Taking into consideration the fact that I'm still finding my way with blues, it is great to start so I can skip blues without second thoughts. Moving on to one of my favorite colors, purple. It has a very nice pink to green shift, so it's gonna go to join the rest of the pinks. I have here a great mix of magenta and purple. I see a good variety: eggplant, plum, amethyst, lavender, vivid and rich purples. I like the variety of tones that I have here. And I think I should use this color scheme as my yardstick for the rest of the colors in terms of tones, colors, and temperature. Up next, we have reds. To tell the truth, I don't wear reds a lot. What I mainly have here are muted red, sienna red, auburn, and when I look at all these colors, somehow I think about maxi skirts, crochet tops, some fringed vests. Majority of these shades I use as a blush, because somehow this is the only way that I came up on how to actually incorporate them in my any makeup looks. So if you have any suggestions on some good red looks, please let me know in the comment section down below. Now we will take a look at my favorite color, which is green. And this is what we have only from one palette. Gosh. I'm wondering, what color is this? Is it like more green or more gray? So far in these lights, I see it as more grayish, like stormy gray. Catastrophe has been averted. That's already a lot. Surprisingly, I have a lot of greens. It's much more than I have anticipated. I see a lot of olive greens, some pops of emerald, mint, sage. Luckily, I don't see a lot of similar shades, so somehow this is a relief because now I can justify why I have so many greens. Moving on to yellows and gold. I see less gold than I have expected. I don't have a lot of matte yellows. What I have here mainly are satins and toppers. I would love to have some more bright colors, like sunflower yellow. I'm so curious to see what kind of grays I have. I will include silvers as well. Or no, this is more taupe, so I think I'll take this away. Once again, I'm a little bit surprised because I thought that I don't have a lot of grays, but 7 of them is still a lot. Mainly I have muted grays, but I still see some pure gray, which I totally forgot I had. Majority of these colors are from ColourPop, and the thing is that ColourPop palettes usually they have very light background, and all these grays looked much grayish. Now when I look at them, they are leaning more towards taupe, and I see now them as more usable. So I think I will apply them to my looks more often. I'm very happy actually that I did that, and I put them on such a grayish background. I'd like to dwell into the category where I believe I have the biggest number of eye shades. Those will be beige, white, and similar shades. When I look at these two shades, I see them light brown, beige. Here they are definitely brown. This one is too orange. I see a pretty good array of warm and cool tones, some beige, and I even have a pure white. That was quite surprising. Right now I'm craving some color, so let's get into oranges. I guess it's a little bit more peachy, so imagine that it is in the previous pile. I wouldn't call these colors oranges. I think the true orange are this, and this one. The rest are a kind of mix of yellow and pink, yellow and orange. So this is a kind of section in my makeup collection where I think I have the least colors. Moving on to blacks. This is more orange, so I will take it away. Six blacks, plus I have one more that is not very eager to get depoted in Morphe Boss Mood palette. I think this is enough for a lifetime. I don't need more blacks. What do you think? How many brown shades does a person who might have a little bit bigger than a regular person makeup collection has? I believe I do have a lot of browns. So now we're going to tackle, according to my expectations, the biggest category that I have, browns. Also, I will pull out other shades which I missed during depoting other colors. Let's dive into it. I got one more blue. Some mauves. Plus some pink to green shifty eyeshadow. Some green gold. I definitely have some lifelong supply of browns. Majority of them are browns that you will use in order to do the transition. Unfortunately, I don't see a lot of dark browns, the one that you use to deepen your inner corner. That's something I didn't expect to see here. Let's get to the conclusions. I've depoted majority of my shades. What for? Very often, as I mentioned before, while doing my makeup, I was looking for something. I felt that I was missing something, but I couldn't pinpoint what was that exactly. So depotting helped me a lot to clear the overall picture. This is what I eventually figured out. First of all, overwhelming majority of my eye shades are transition shades or some blending shades or the shadows that are great for one and done look. Something great for a very practical, easy office-friendly look. I am in a desperate need of some good deepening shades. Secondly, it was eye-opening of how many pink and green eye shades I actually have. I expected to have a lot of pinks. Okay, that's fine. But greens? This year I bought Cosmic Brushes, the Muse palette, especially because I thought I didn't have enough greens, which is a total misconception. Thirdly, I have noticed that because of the background of the palette, especially that's Taupe from ColourPop, their background is beige or white. The gray colors stood too gray, and that is why I was not quite eager to use them in my makeup looks. But when I depoted all of my shades, especially those ones, I figured out that when they are standing next to actual taupe shades, they are not so gray. They are very, very practical shades, which I also can use daily. And I also figured out that I have more browns than I expected. Even though I tried to depot all browns from all the palettes, still when I was checking up, I found out 5 more shades in 2 different palettes, which I missed to include in my overall brown section. I am really happy that I did that. Depotting was quite a time-consuming activity to do, but I am so happy and I'm so proud of myself that I actually did it, and I found some extra time to finish that, to depot all of the shades. It allowed me to have actually a better look at my palette, and in the long run it will help me to make better, more well-thought purchases. So thank you so much for staying with me today. See you next time. Bye! Piece of advice. When you depot all of your palettes, make sure that you take a picture of them, because I have some shades which I have no idea where to put into.